Cietu koti nene ni anirete Daktari William Ruto ta rais muthure wa nthi ino ya Kenya na riu Ruto niwe rais wa gatano nyuma ya koti gutecaniria magamba monthe maria marabiritwo kotini makiregana na ushindi wa wikire ugambi wa koti ukurukira mugambithania munene Martha Koome na ugite ushindi wa Ruto wari wa uma na ithurano ni ciaruthirwe na njira ya uma na weru. Koome akimurika mamwe mamontu nongerete gutari na ukunji wa kwigana wa kuonania ati mitambo na mitandao ya IBC ni atonyerwe na kura kwithirwa igicincanwa. Ruto riu abaterie kunyuithwa mu matariki 13 cia mweri uyu. Benti Ntinyari Kenywa ena nteto tariria.
Bakinyire rungu rwa ukaria bunene kiri kionaniria kia urito bwa ngugi yao ntuku ya narua iri kuejana mwerekera iguru ria giti kia utongeria bwa nthiguru. Thasta Chiongwa agambithania bonthe mugwanja batongeretwe ni rais wa koti Lady Justice Martha Koome barajukia kanya itene biao kunyontora kwenda kumenya kwa mawakili na mamilioni ja Kenya baraba kuthingatirite gukurukira tumeme TV na kinya mitandao. Na nyume akagita gati kuraja
Presidential Election Petition number E005 of 2022 as consolidated with the Presidential Election Petition numbers E001, 2, 3, 4, 7, and 8 of 2022 are hereby dismissed. As a consequence,
kire kiuria kia mbere kethira mutambo jira jwatumikire ni IBC kire kithurano ni jwagiri koti niugire IBC ni itira ngugi njega na ni banganiri ni guchitaniria kwao kuthiria nkanja ati ni kwari na igi na mutambo jojo.
In compliance with Section 6A of the Elections Act 2011, IBC opened the register of voters for verification of biometric data by members of the public for a period of 30 days. Thereafter, the register was revised to address issues arising from the verification exercise. KPMG then audited the register, and we are satisfied that the inconsistencies and inaccuracies identified during the audit were somewhat successfully addressed.
Kire kiuria kia kithira form tia 34A iria ciakinya wa muuri kiri ituo bia uringi kura iringi umbika guchenchwa mbere yacho kuonanwa kiri poto ya IBC. Koti yugire gutina okujibwa kuonania form 34A ni ciachenchirwe na IBC nionanirie gutari na waya.
The registrar's report shows that the original forms 34A from the contestant polling stations, which were allegedly intercepted, were exactly the same as those on the public portal, and the certified copies that were presented to this court pursuant to the provisions of Section 12 of this Supreme Court Act 2011. 4. Regarding the allegation that the integrity of the public portal was compromised, this was disproved by evidence of consistent attributes such as unique timestamps, uniform PDF conversions at the polling stations, correct polling station mapping, and consistent KIMS reporting from verification to transmission of results.
Kire kiuria kia kithira ni kwari na mwanya kire form 34A iria ciari kire poto ya IBC iria ciaretero na maguru Bomas of Kenya na iria cianenkanirwa kire agents wa biama kire ituo bia uringi kura. Koti yugire etero na form kinyemwe iria iri na mwanya na ingi.
No admissible evidence was presented to prove the allegation that forms 34A were fraudulently altered by a group situated in Karen under the direction of persons named in the affidavit and video clip attached to it. As a matter of fact, these two affidavits amount to double hearsay and incapable of being proved at each of the rears. Therefore, to the question whether there was a difference between forms 34A uploaded on the IBC public portal and those received at the National Tallying Center, and those issued to the candidates' agents at the polling station, we have found none.
Kirekio gya kethira gutirwo kwa ithurano bia ugavana Mombasa na Kakamega amwe na ntere ingi igwatumira aringi kura kurega guchumiria kuringa kura cha gite kia urais kiri ntere iu koti yugire gutino kujebwa kuonania untu bubu ibu aringithirie kura cha Raila Odinga.
From the evidence on record, however, it appears to us that 2022 general election recorded one of the lowest turnouts since the introduction of multi-party political system some 30 years ago. If there was a low voter turnout, it affected all the 6 categories of candidates, and its explanation, in our view, lies elsewhere, but certainly not a calculated suppression. On the other hand, in rebuttal to these claims, IEBC illustrated with examples to our satisfaction that there was no nexus between the postponement of elections and voter turnout in the affected units, far from the fact that this claim was undoubtedly just another red herring. It has nothing to do with the question under review, and accordingly we reject it and own that there is no proof that the postponement resulted in voter suppression to the detriment of the first petitioner.
Kirekio gya kethira ikwari na mwanya kire kura iria ciaringiri gite kia urais cikiringithanwa na ite bingi koti yugire guti ukuje bwa kuonania mwanya juriku kana juriku na jura jwario IEBC ni atariririe ni untu bwa kura iria ciathukire na ingi kuregwa kana kira kijekene muno ta spoiled kana rejected votes untu buria ni bwa gwitikirika.
None of the parties has flagged anything so significant that it would have affected the outcome of the presidential election vis-a-vis the other 5 elections held on the same day. We find, therefore, there were no unexplainable discrepancies between the votes cast for the presidential candidates and other elective positions.
Kirekio gya kethira IEBC ni atithirie mbere kithurano ikithingatira watho bwa katiba.
Clearly, the current dysfunctionality at the Commission impugns the state of its corporate governance, but does not affect the conduct of the 2022 election. In view of the foregoing, we are satisfied that notwithstanding the divisions apparent between the chairperson and the 4 commissioners, IEBC carried out the verification, tallying, and declaration of results in accordance with Article 138(3)(c) and 10 of the Constitution.
Kirekio gya kethira rais uria watumirirwa kuthurwa na ingiti watho bwa gukinya kura 50%+1 cia baria bonthe baringite kura koti yugire ni ng'aniri ni ukuje bwa Chebukati na mathabu ijagwitania kuonania Ruto na akinyirie 50%+1.
We have deliberated on this proposition and found that it is not mathematically sound and that the rounding off done by IEBC and the chairperson was correct. We find that it is, as such, on the basis of the foregoing formula and from the numbers provided by IEBC and the chairperson and the declaration by the chairperson of the president-elect on 15th August 2022, it is our finding that the declared president-elect attained 50%+1 of all the votes cast in accordance with Article 138(4) of the Constitution.
Kirekio gya kethira ikwari na makosa kana magija manene muno jari no ritoba guchincha mung'ana jwa kura cia urais koti yugite gutari na magija manene ja guchincha wendi bwa mwananchi uria waringire kura.
Although the petitioners have provided numerous averments pointing to possible irregularities and illegalities marked by failure of technology, arranged voter suppression, printing and utilization of Book 2 of 2, EU preparation by the IEBC and its chairperson, commission indiscretions, transposition anomalies, agent absence, and many others, we are of the view that the pointed irregularities and irregularities were not of such magnitude as to affect the final result of the presidential election.
Na kirigo chokia kiuria kianitua na mwerekera jweku koti yumba kunenkanira. Koti nitejaniritie gamba yarikithia Ruto ja Rais Muthure na yauga o mtu airungamire ngarama cia koti na mawakiri bawe.
We declare the election of the first respondent as president-elect to be varied under Article 143 of the Constitution. This being a matter cutting across the public interest, we order that each party do bear their own costs. It is so ordered.
Na nandi kumania no gambi bobo, Rais Muthure William Ruto nerigeri konyuithwa muma tariki 13 cia mweri Jojo. Ntinyari Kenywa, Kithurano 2022.